right? So we are live now everywhere. Drop in the comments where you're coming in from. Good morning. My name is Barb Pitcock. We are live with No Guts, No Story every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central. And if you've been watching this for a while, this is not your first episode of No Guts, No Story. Drop in the comments how long you've been following and what is it that you have really gained from being a part of this community. I want to welcome you to my page. If you're on Instagram, please hit the follow button and share this on your page or in your story, because today is going to make some impact. You know, the reality is a lot of people are suffering in fear, anxiety. They're not sure what to do. They're facing a challenge. Maybe they're fighting that nobody knows about. And God really put it on my heart this week because there were so many conversations I had in private with people who maybe are not a part of my business, maybe not even a family member, just someone that's followed along. And the reality, they're like, you know, I'm kind of in a pickle and I don't really know what to do. And I say to them, like, did you communicate that? Well, they know a little bit, but they don't know everything I'm going through. And you guys, this was conversation after conversation after conversation. And I was really praying about what to talk about today, because we could do the normal theme of gratitude, which I do every single day. How many of you have my journal and you do the gratitude every single day? How many of you are journaling what you're grateful for, not just in November, but every single day? Every page in my 90-day planner starts out the very first question. Can somebody please read the very first question I start with every single day? Like, this is not just a Thanksgiving thing. It's every day. Because when you're grateful and you have gratitude and you can find anything that you're grateful for, it's kind of hard to be low, low, low. It retrains your brain. And people need hope right now, guys. People are so stressed. People are worrying about how they're going to feed their children, how they're going to keep the lights on, let alone that little boy or girl saying, this is what I want from Santa. So I really thought today I could just help you execute on some things that I have done. And some of you might say, oh, Barb, you have no idea. Guys, in 1992, Dave and I stood in line at the food pantry, and I had a picky husband who wouldn't even eat what was free. So don't tell me I don't know how you feel. I do. And I couldn't phone home to my mom because she should have been on food stamps and she was just too proud and wouldn't. Those programs are there to help you when you're in need and your back's against the wall. And there's no shame. Like, I grew up with my dad's side of the family needing support, single moms, tons of kids. And the world right now is so in disarray, fear mongering, gloom and doom every day. It's like I get a warning sign or a be careful or did you know? And you guys, here's the thing. I want to help you flip the script. I want to help you have a plot twist in your life to where you rewrite the rest of your story, and it doesn't include living in fear or shame or guilt or anxiety, wondering how you're going to make it through. Not only are you going to make it through, you are going to crush it. And I know maybe you can't see that right now, but follow along with me. This is going to be short to the point. I'm going to give you an assignment, and we are going to take massive and immediate action to conquer your fears. So you don't have to share, but I would love for this to be some show and tell today. I should have even brought some of you on with me. Drop in the comments and let me know, what is it? And we're going to be completely transparent here. Don't worry, oh, I have a business and people are watching. No, people want to know that you're real, right? Authenticity is the highest vibration of all. So let's talk about this. What is your dominating thought every day when you wake up? And when you go to bed, what is your dominating thought? What is your worry? What is your fear? What is your worst scenario? You know, we have thousands and thousand thoughts a minute or something. Like, it's insane. I was just reading about it, but I packed the book in my carry-on, which is in the car because they're waiting on me this morning. In the book, it was saying it was like 9 or 10,000. I think that's low thoughts per minute. Per hour, it was astronomical. And so we have all these things going on in our brain that we don't even know are going on. And they're fear-based or they're anxiety-based. And they're there because of something that's happened in our life that planted that seed. And then it keeps replaying. Oh, I love this. I love this. How am I going to pay for Christmas for my children? Love this. Now we got some honesty coming on. I want to tell you guys something. In 2001, when we first moved into this home, it's like I felt guilty moving into my dream home. And that year, we made a decision that we were going to give every little kid in town that needed presents. And so I did a big open house. I did 50 trees in this house. It was free to come. The whole town came and walked through my home. In today's day and age, I couldn't even get 5 people to let the public come walk through their home because people just don't trust anymore. But this was 2001. And all you had to do was bring a toy. And I thought the whole world would come and bring a toy, right? Bring a toy. You can do the parade of homes. And my sisters and other people, they participated. We had like 60 or 70 families put their name in that they had no idea how they were going to get toys for their children. There is no shame in that. My mom used to be that mom, and there was a store here in town called Stage. And my mom worked every day, all day long at a King of the Road fifth wheel factory. Then she cleaned houses after work. And at night, she went and volunteered in a program through the government where you can care for elderly people. And she did it at night because she could actually catch a few hours of sleep when they slept and keep getting paid around the clock. Like, I get it. She did whatever she had to do to make sure that she could provide. And she was on her own with 5 of us. But here's what I do know. She didn't want to be wrapping gifts in the back room at Stage for Christmas, but she was trying to find a way. So let me tell you some creative things that we did. We found free kittens on Tradio, and we went and got free kittens. And the expense for Christmas was a litter box and the food. True story. There was no money to spend, but we did get free kittens. One year, Dave will tell you, when him and I were first together, our very first year, we didn't have money for food or anything. We were having a hard time getting our gas kept on. So we were burning a wood burning stove and sleeping in front of it, so we didn't have to heat the whole house. And I remember there was a floppy-eared rabbit in the newspaper. And I mean, I was no stranger to this. I knew what we had done with my mom. I was like, I'm going to get him a rabbit for Christmas. And our first Christmas together, I bought Dave a rabbit. We named it Mr. B. It was supposed to be able to be in the house and go in a litter box. Let me tell you, when we came home for Christmas, that rabbit not only tore that house up, he ate every bit of wrapping paper under the tree and left us a cute little present right in the middle of our bed. So that didn't always go well, but we got creative on how we were going to get through the holidays. Homemade gifts sometimes are the best thing that you can give someone during the holidays. People love a homemade gift. And with everything that you can do on the internet, you could put together a poem. You could write the poem. You can write a song for someone. Like pennies, you can do things like this. And when it's homemade, it really means a lot. Dave's mom, there's 30 cousins on my kids' side. And there's 5 of me and my siblings here locally. So when we had Christmas, it was like hundreds of people, like always at least 50 to 75 in the kitchen. And we did a white elephant exchange where everybody just brought one thing. And we played a game all night fighting over this. And we just quit worrying about how you get a present for everyone, because it's really not about that. And the sooner you address that, the lower stress it is for everyone. But Dave's mom made a cookbook, and it's still the most cherished gift I think me or my children have ever gotten from her. It had a picture of her with the grandkids on the front. Take notes, you grandmas. And they were on her lap, and it said Nana Cindy's favorites. So there was a play on words there because it was her with her grandkids. And then inside was all of her favorite recipes. She just basically got a little 5x7 notebook, made one copy, printed it 20 times. Everybody got a 99-cent notebook with a 10-cent picture in the front and all the recipes. I use it every day. My kids use it every day. Now the cousins use it. It was an incredible gift, and it was something that was a lot more than going to Ulta Beauty or Bath and Body Works or to Best Buy and getting all the things. T-shirt quilts. I don't know. Everybody here has a t-shirt quilt. You got to get creative and think about something meaningful, not about the budget of how much money you're going to spend on these kids, grandkids, sisters, moms, everyone. Homemade gifts are the best. So there are a lot of things on Pinterest. There are a lot of things that you can do. My advice to lower your financial stress, make something from the heart. Even if it's a poem, you say, oh, I'm not poetic. Well, use ChatGPT to help you make your story poetic. There are so many things that you can do and resources, but you can't sit through this whole season in fear and stress and not getting sleep, because when you lower your vibration, you get sick. So keep your vibration high, be authentic, be honest, be real with people and say, I don't want anything. I just really want to spend time with you and the people that I love. Sometimes a road trip means more than anything. We rented a van and we took my mom to Pioneer Woman in Oklahoma because her birthday is right before Christmas. And we went to Pioneer Woman for the day. She likes to gamble. So we stopped at a little casino. We had lunch and it was such an incredible memory. We took a photo and we printed everybody that photo, put it in a frame. And that's what I gave everyone for Christmas. So the sooner that you quit worrying about all the name brand stuff and how many things you're going to get for people, the lower your stress is going to be. And the other thing I would say, if your list is really, really long of things you need to do, wake up just an hour earlier and take action on that list starting today. Like I literally have any Christmas cards I have to send and any little things to the leaders or the people that I work with in my company. It is locked, loaded, and ready to be sent. And it can be as simple as an ornament. It's the thought that counts, not how much you spend. So that's my advice to you with stress during the holidays. Now, action fear in your business, in your relationship, in your marriage, in a situation with you and a child, an adult child, whatever it is, the sooner you address it and take action, the better you're going to feel. Craig, 3 a.m. every day. Let's go. Craig, you got me beat. I'm 4:30, 4:45. Dave was out in the country walking some property this morning at 6 a.m. Chance just went on a run down our country road. I love mornings. Not everybody loves mornings. So if you're not a morning person, what I used to do when my kids were little is I would stay up later. Like when everybody went down, I was like, get out of my way. I got things to do. But action cures the fear. So we had one honest person give me something that they were stressing about. I don't know if we have any other honest people on here, but if there's something that is your dominating thought that you're worrying about right now, let's talk about that. Let's communicate that today on this live stream. Drop in the comments if there's anything else that is your dominating thought that you just can't get it out of your mind. So I didn't get my sweatshirt. You guys like my new sweatshirt? Got some fall merch coming out today. I'm so excited. We have a corporate call right after this. And I'm going to be on the road actually to Keystone, Colorado. Chance's birthday is this week. And 3 years ago, we were going to go and have an amazing ski trip for his birthday. That used to be our tradition when he was a little boy. Nana Cindy got sick and then she passed away on Thanksgiving. So that was 3 years ago. 2 years ago, we did a live stream from the kitchen with a little beta test. We were launching our mushroom lemonade, and it was something that was just an idea, rising and vibing. Exploded. People, it is exploding. So there was really no time for birthdays or ski trips. Last year was a tough year for Chance and his family with Rose and everything going on. We just kept putting it off. But do you know what we said this year? No matter how busy it is, like I'm going there and then fly to Florida, like straight from there. We have to make time and address the things that are most important to us so we don't have to live with regret. So what is your dominating thought that is your fear that we could take action on? What is that dominating thought? Here's a better way to say it. What would have to happen in your life for you to just be at peace? What would have to happen for you to have complete peace in your life? Let's talk about that. Drop that in the comment. I love mine too, Craig. Let's see. I literally have you cast onto my TV while I'm doing chores. I love it, Amber. Thank you so much for sharing that. I'm not a morning person, but I've been joining you for a couple months, stressing about my sister's former significant other trying to get half of her assets. Oh, Jane, you just struck a chord right there. You're stressing about your sister's former significant other trying to get half of her assets. So, Jane and I have a lot in common because we worry about other people. We are empath. We care about other people so much that we take on everything that's going on in their life as if it's ours because we want to help, right? I'm an oldest of 5, so I'm a fixer. I am a recovering people pleaser. And here's the thing I'm going to tell you, Jane. Is that a controllable or an uncontrollable? And this goes right along with Action Cures Fear. Everything that's happening in our life that takes away our joy, steals our joy. We can be having a great day with the kids, and all of a sudden, someone else is not having a great day. They cut you off in traffic. They run you off the road. They send your Uber Eats and it doesn't have the right food in it. Like whatever happens during the day, there's controllables and there's uncontrollables. You have to ask yourself, is this going to matter in 5 minutes, in 5 days, in 5 weeks, in 5 months, in 5 years? Is it going to matter? And if it's not going to matter in 5 years, this is what my mentor taught me. Laugh about it now because you will probably laugh about it later. And Jane, in a situation like that, I'm going to tell you, without telling you, we had something similar happening in our family even a year ago that I worried about so much because it would affect a lot of people. And God always makes a way. It is something that is completely uncontrollable because it all depends on the judicial system. It all depends on justice being right or being wrong. And it's not always right and it's not always fair. But here's what I will tell you. When you give it to God and you surrender it, I want you to go listen to this, Jane, because I was literally going crazy about a similar situation. It's called Living a Life of Surrender. Living a Life of Surrender. And the sooner that you surrender it and you just say, God, I need you to take this over. Like, I need you to work this out. You're going to have favor. You're going to have protection. Everything's going to go okay. Telling you my beliefs I want to do with you right now, I would pray about it more than you talk about it. I would not speak or think anything that you don't want because what you want wants you. And when you say, I hope we don't lose everything, I hope they don't get it all, I hope this guy doesn't take away, you give more power to the enemy. There's going to be more that you lose. There's going to be more worry. He's going to have more favor because you're actually giving that power. And so the hard part is controlling your mind and your thoughts, because if you say out loud what you're worrying about and you give it power, you get more of it. So I would say every day, Dave, our gas is going to get turned off. Literally, like our dog's in the pound. We can't afford to get our dog out. I have to save my dog. I didn't have any gas in the salon for hot water. I couldn't get my dog out of the pound. Wrote a $7 check for baby formula and it bounced. Guys, I've been there. And my mentor told me, stop talking about the lack of. Stop worrying about what you don't have. What do you have? What are you grateful for? And what can you do today? Action cures fear. So here's what I would say. Control your thoughts and say, we are going to win this. This is going to go in my favor. Whether it's a lawsuit, whether it's a custody battle, whether it's you and your sister's assets. I don't know if there's kids involved or not. You've got to speak it as if the victory is already yours, and the Lord will find a way. God will always find a way when you surrender it to him and you give him all the power. But faith without action is dead. Faith without risk is dead. If you truly want to see things go your way, you got to switch the way you think and thank him in advance. Like, write it down every night. Thank you, God, for figuring this all out in my favor. I'm so grateful that things went my way. Thank you for the protection. Thank you for the miracles. They're happening every single day. Like my little granddaughter that they said would never walk or talk is in the kitchen screaming, na, 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 na. And she walks 5 or 6 steps and then falls. And, you know, you can't always take the doctor's orders. You can't always believe what the attorney says is going to happen. You can't always listen to the weatherman. He's not always right. You can't listen to the news. It's not always true. What you have to do is flip the script. Action cures fear, and say, what can I do to make a difference? So little wins every day stacked are going to create some confidence. And the confidence from doing a little bit each day is going to stack. And pretty soon your belief is going to go up. Like, it is going to be okay. I am going to pay off the debt. I'm not going to lose the house. We're not going to be, you know, failing in court or losing this battle, whatever it is. And I know some of you have really big problems on your hands, way worse than food or money, things that food or money can't fix. I'm going to tell you, living a life of surrender changed my life. One phrase that he said, Dave and I were driving to the lake. This is when Brooklyn was really struggling with addiction. Every day I thought I was going to get a call. I thought I was going to lose her. It was just my dominating thought every day. And he said, you are literally in 6 inches of water, face down, and you're screaming, I'm drowning, I'm drowning, I'm drowning. And everyone around you is looking at you and they're like, you're not drowning. Get up. You're in 6 inches of water. In your mind, you're drowning. You're making it bigger than it is. You're worrying about shit that's probably never going to happen anyway. And you're giving that so much power that the enemy is just feeding off of it. He knows he's got you trapped in fear. That's what he does every single day. This is not a fictitious red devil with horns, guys. The enemy, Satan, if you will, is literally low vibrational energy. It's fear, doubt, jealousy, hate, resentment, anger, guilt, shame, all of those, apathy to the point you just don't give a crap anymore. That is the lowest vibration right above death. So there's death. It resonates down here. Then there is guilt and shame. It's right above death. The only thing in between the two is apathy, when you give up and don't care. If you want to change your situation and take action that is going to cure the fears that you have and lower your anxiety, you have got to put in the good stuff. Living a Life of Surrender is a book that changed my life. If you're so low, you just don't know how you're going to survive. My son chants every day in the Word of God. Lola sends me videos reading the Bible with her dad at night. It is the only thing that has pulled them through this past 12 months. And he will share those scriptures with me or say, hey, Joyce Meyer was on with Stephen Furtick on Saturday morning, Sunday morning. Did you see it, Mom? Like, get in a community where you're all sharing good stuff that is building faith. Let's see. Someone tells you that tone changed by an hour once a year and you believe it to the core, to the point that you don't question it. Now imagine if you applied that belief to progress, and no matter what it is. That's a great idea. There's a time change. It's getting dark later, earlier. We all believe that and we do it. I love that, Jamaica. That's such a good analogy. It is a true, I'm doing it right now. Fear of losing my husband is this disease, but he's alive right now. And living in fear, I miss the life right now. So true, Deborah. So true. And so being a caregiver is a lot. And I wish I could tell you a situation that has happened in our family lately, but it's not something that I can share. But when you have something going on that you're afraid could happen, but it's not happening, but you've seen it happen to other people, and that's your dominating thought, it actually steals all the joy that you can't even be in the moment and enjoy the moment because you're afraid of what might happen that might never happen. And most of what we worry about, fear, is, write this down, false evidence appearing real. So when Dave and I were like, we're going to lose everything, we said, we got to take action. We got to take action. We had a little square on the visor that said action cures fear. Every day we plugged into a mentor. We said, we have got to make money. Like we need to make money like we need breath right now. And we did. We had 3 babies to feed. The wolves were at the door. The cars were repossessed. The gas was turned off. The dog was in the pound. The milk was gone in the fridge. We took action. Like nobody's coming to save you. You've got to get up. Les Brown says, if you can look up, you can get up, but you've got to take action. And yes, Gabrielle, it was vitamin M. So what we did, we wrote down how much we needed to survive. What kind of money would make difference for you? So I want you guys to drop in the comments. If we're talking about money, would it be 2,000, 3,000, 5,000? Let me know. I am afraid I will lose Mike to his kidney failure. I stopped enjoying our life, but I changed it and decided we are living life to the fullest while he's here. Tracy, that's amazing. That is amazing. Make your bucket list and do every dang thing on the bucket list, because what if he lives for 10 years and then they say, wow, false, diagnosis, he got better. Like energy can change everything. There is nothing that God can't fix. And I know sometimes we do have a diagnosis that can't happen, can't be fixed, but we do have to be grateful for what we have. We have to be grateful, even if it's one more week, one more day, one more hour. We got to know that the one thing we're never going to get back is time with these people we love. I believe he will get better as well. Okay. So I'm going to give you guys an assignment. Write down the number. If I say, what's your name? What's your name? Drop your name in the comments. Everybody in the comments, drop your name quickly. This is a quiz. What's your name? Do you know your first name? Type in your name. What is your name? Drop that in the comments. Okay. As fast as you said, Gabrielle, T, Deborah, Jonna. Okay. As fast as you said your first name, I'm going to tell you the next thing. As quick as you know your first name, what's your name? What's your number? What's your number? What's the amount you need to make? My mentor taught me, you better know your number that you've got to have, like you know your first name. So what's your first name? Barb. What's your number? 10,000 a month. I had to have 10,000 a month. Charmaine knows this. Charmaine Tincher, I see you. So what's your name? Charmaine. What's your number? Boom. You got to know the number that you need so we can take action, and it will cure all fear. Second step of the exercise, what are you going to do with that money? Down to the penny. You have to know where the money is going. I want to tell you a strange phenomenon. Last month, you had exactly what you needed because you're all still breathing and you had food and you have a place to live and you're here. But you always get exactly what you need and not a penny more. Why is that? Because what you want wants you. You've got to be intentional about this. What is your name? What is your number? What is that money going on? If I had 10,000 a month, I would give 1,000 to my church. I would put 2,000 on my credit cards. I would put 3,000 on my mortgage, utilities, and taxes. I would have 5,000 left over, which is 1,000 each week for groceries, for gas, for grandkids, for savings. Like, draw it out to the penny. What is your name? What is your number? That's your assignment, guys. And I want you to take the planner. If you do not have the planner, you should have the planner. It helps you design your next 90 days. We are going to crush 2026 together. You literally write out your story, my story. You write your story, no one else. My story. What does it feel? It feels so good to have accomplished my goals, and I am living debt-free, driving the car of my dreams, traveling to see my grandkids, hosting small group church at my home, building a nonprofit. Like, what are you going to do, guys? If you don't have a plan and you don't plan to succeed, it's not like you plan to fail, but you will. You didn't plan to fail. You just failed to plan. People spend more time planning their vacation than they plan their next 10 years of their life. Guys, I'm a planner. I know exactly what I'm doing every hour of the day because I'm so intentional with my time. And I make money while I sleep, not because I love money, not because I worship money, because I bring so much value to so many people. They're taking that and they're going and doing the same thing, and money's flowing to them, ginormous amounts of money. And we're able to give and serve and build an empire. You can too. I have single moms. I have newly divorced couples. I have people that weren't even believers. They were literally like nothing like me. And all of a sudden they're like, Barb, I can't believe what's happened in my life since I applied what you said. It is not just about money, guys. What is your gift? What could you bring? Can you cook? Start cooking cinnamon rolls and pies for Christmas and put them on Facebook Marketplace and watch the money flow in. Do you love dogs? Start babysitting dogs. Everybody's leaving for the holidays and they'll pay you $500 a weekend just to love on their dog. Do you like to detail cars? Do you want to clean houses? Do you like to decorate? Put yourself out there. Just a little bit each day could bring so much value and money will flow to you. And I'm telling you, if you don't have any money, I got a plan for you there too. $49. I can help you get an automated online system that will literally print money while you sleep. All you have to do is share it. So there's no excuse for anyone to be struggling financially. Mentally, you can get so many free resources online. There's no reason for you to feel low and sad and mad. Let's raise your vibration, and action will cure that fear. And lastly, I want to say, be very mindful of the people around you. What happened this week in the news with the kid that played NFL football, that just had the most amazing game of his life, was fighting a battle inside that nobody knew. When I heard that his mom passed away last year and that he was literally wearing her ashes, he was grieving, he was empty, he was sad, probably worrying about the holidays and the future. And I want you guys to realize there are a lot of people that are hurting. They're struggling in silence. And it's up to us to reach out and just say to someone, how are you? What are you afraid of? How can I help you? Let's take action on that. Sometimes it has nothing to do with money or food in the fridge. Some people have plenty of money and plenty of food. They just struggle to have joy and they need love. Everyone in this world is struggling for intimacy. They need to feel loved. They need to feel valued. They need to feel important, and they're hurting. People are hurting and they need hope. So I hope today you know you're not alone. Someone is always there. We love you. We hope you got some great content today that you could take notes and apply to your life. And I hope you'll take massive and immediate action, writing out your goals and dreams, how much you need. Get that number dialed in like your name, and we'll follow up next week on the next step to you taking action and curing that fear. Have a great day, everyone.